Workplace expert Cheri Perry, thanks for being with us this afternoon, Cheri. Really appreciate it.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
I want to ask you about this first because I saw a blurb about this the other day, that this is also affecting women more than it is affecting men as far as their careers go, because someone in the family is making the decision that, you know, one of us has to focus in on what the kids are doing right now.
Right. We've got lots and lots of things happening right now. We've got hurricanes and Zoom outages and teaching your own kids. It's a big deal these days. And a lot of people are being given some really, really difficult decisions to make. That's true.
Cheri, what are some of the better companies out there right now doing to try to retain this talent? Because we've got some really talented people who are just having to work from home right now because that's just the way things are right now, and they've got to be there for their kids and they can't be in the office. How are they making sure that they don't lose the best and the brightest as these decisions are being made on an individual family basis?
Such an incredibly great question. The best companies out there are taking a very proactive approach, and they are talking to their team members. They're not waiting for those team members to come and say, hey, I've got a challenge. They're literally saying, hey, what's going on in your world? I know you've got kids. I know there's all kinds of different things that we're trying to deal with right now. How can we help as an organization to make sure that you get to balance that home and that work life together, so that hopefully we don't lose really good people? That stat that you shared earlier, 27%, that is a monstrous statistic. And it's one of those things that can really devastate a company if they're not being proactive about taking care of their people.
Yeah, I mean, imagine losing a quarter of your staff because people just can't make it work out. And that brings me to my next question here. Flexibility. As we have all learned, we are way more flexible than maybe we thought we were with what we're able to do from home these days. The question is now, do companies, are they going to have to be able to bend more so that they can meet some of these working parents where they are and be maybe a little bit more understanding than they might have been pre-pandemic?
Well, you bet. And I'll tell you, if there is a silver lining to the pandemic, it's that we're already in a scenario where we're being very, very flexible with the work environment. So we've got lots of people working from home. You add that extra element of needing to be able to take care of your kids and not knowing what the school districts are going to do. Companies have to be flexible. One of the things that I heard is that we've certainly seen lots of companies pool their resources. If you've got multiple people at the job situation, for an example, and somebody can take the lead on making sure that there's a nice structure. I've heard of some companies actually opening up conference rooms as long as there's enough space, and you have to think about social distancing and all of that. But there's so many creative ways that you can tell and send that message clearly to your staff members that not only are you important, but your family is important. And the companies that make that message loud and clear are going to walk through this just fine.
Yeah, I think a lot of people need to know that right now, Cheri, and I think it does help, you know, as stark as that statistic is, that you realize that you're not alone if you're having trouble, you know, making all of this balance on the seesaw these days. Workplace expert Cheri Perry, thank you for taking the time with us there. I don't know if you're working from home, but it seems really calm and cool where you are.
Isn't it? And I'll tell you, I'm super thankful right now that my son, I have one son, he is 24, not in school anymore. But for all those parents out there that are struggling with this, know this, what an incredible time to be a part of your child's learning and to have them know how to deal with struggle in the middle of a crisis. So you guys got it, go get it. And business owners out there, you're going to have to step up and help the people do what they can.
Great message this afternoon. Cheri, thank you very much for being with us today. Really appreciate it. We'll be right back.